Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 1914, Operation Hamel. It's the British Empire in the fall-winter 1914. Alright, first thing I want to just make note, I haven't done any painting yet, but I finally decided to put my 3D printed terrain on the map. So there you go, in all its loveliness. Okay, we got a little bit of housekeeping from my turn last round and from the German turn that Knights Templar just posted. So we'll do my bit first. I forgot to do an income increase roll for the United States on the last round. So that's 1d6, and that is a 4. So the United States goes up from 4 to 8. Okay. And they also collect $4 more. So that's here's what was there, and then they collect 4 more. So the United States has $11 in the bank to spend this turn coming up. Okay. Next, when Knights Templar did his convoy raiding in A44, he was actually at the junction of 3 convoy lines and therefore was able to take all 8 points of damage. So he put the other 2 on the Mediterranean line on the British, which reduced British income by 8 from 38 down to 30. General Hand Grenade has been kind enough to help us out and point out a couple of the things we haven't gotten quite right. He made a comment to one of my videos last night when I did this change that actually submarines can go in port at any major naval facility. The only thing is they're the only ones that can go in port at a submarine base. So the Ottoman coastal sub is in port there at Constantinople. Okay, Knights Templar did an attrition attack from Belgium into Picardy, and he gave France and Great Britain return shots. That doesn't happen unless the defender has counter battery fire. So the fighter that he killed has been returned to the Belgian forces. And then last, he moved this seaplane 6 spaces up to Palestine, when in actuality a seaplane only has a movement of 4. So he said go 1, 2, 3, 4 into German East Africa. Okay, there we are. As far as I know, that's all the housekeeping that needs to be addressed. So now we get on with it. The British have 2 tech rolls. They are going to once again do convoy system and wartime economy. As I said before, we're going to go from top to bottom in order on the tech chart. Yeah, we hit both of them. We got a 6 and a 12. So, that completes wartime economy. And convoy system moves to stage 2, which gives us Q ships, which means that from now on, if an enemy raids one of our convoy lines, the convoy line gets an inherent defense roll at 1. So, take that, German U-boats. You're going to have to run the risk of being shot if you want to come try to take my money again. Okay. Now, let's, we're spending 2 on diplomacy. We are going to try to put Greece back where it was. We're also going to try to move Neged, whichever one of those is Neged. I think it's that one. Yeah. It's the one, the green one with the crescent moon. So we're going to try those 2. So green will be Neged, blue will be Greece. We got a 1 on Neged. So it goes to stage 2, and we get +1 IPP in trade from that, because as you can see there, Neged is worth 1 IPP. Okay, so got that taken care of. Now we look at the buy. As I said before, German convoy raiding cut our bank down to 30 pounds. We spent 2 on diplomacy. Okay, we're going to spend 5 on artillery. We're going to spend 4 on 2 colonial infantry, 7 on a naval transport, 2 on another colonial infantry. We're going to spend 4 on a colonial upgrade and another colonial infantry. And finally, 6 on 3 infantry. Wide 6 on 2 infantry, excuse me. So that should all add up to 30. Okay, combat. We are going to have a bit of combat. These don't involve any shooting, so I'm just going to do them while I'm here right now, because technically they are combat moves. This pre-dreadnought is going to move 1 space from M2 to A44 and go on escort duty. This destroyer is going to go 2 spaces from M2 to well, no. Yeah, we are. Up here to A35, where he's going on escort duty. And then this cruiser from M2 is going to go 1, 2 down here to A46, where it goes on escort duty. All right, then over here, This cruiser and destroyer is going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces over here to P50, where they are going to attack the German cruiser raider. This destroyer from P60 is going to go 1, 2, and also join the attack on the German cruiser raider. Then up here, the seaplane here in Scotland is going 1, 2 to A11 on Maritime Air Patrol to attack the German coastal sub. And over here in Picardy, the lone British artillery is going to do an attrition attack on the German army in Belgium. And I think that's it for combat. I believe it is, yes, that's it for combat. All right, so the first thing we will do, let's do the seaplane attacking the coastal sub in A11. 7, he missed. Okay. Next, we will do the attrition attack against Belgium by the artillery in Picardy. That's an 11, he missed. Okay, next we will do the cruiser and 2 destroyers attacking the cruiser raider. Green's the cruiser, blue is the 2 destroyers. Everybody missed. Okay, so General Hand Grenade was also kind enough to point out to us that when a cruiser raider survives an attack, it has to retreat 1 space to escape. So Dan, you need to decide what space you want to move your cruiser raider to. Okay. I believe that's it for combat. Yep, I think it is. Okay, so now we're going to do a little non-combat. Okay, yeah, my dog's whining. Okay, this coastal sub from A4 is moving 1 space to A6. The seaplane from A11 is going to go 1, 2 and land in London. That's within its patrol range, so I believe that is a legal move. This destroyer from A6 is going to non-combat into A22. This cruiser from the fleet card, they're at, what is it, A23, I think. It's also going to move into A22. This transport, the narrow crossing is closed because of the presence of the German submarines. But this transport is going to move an infantry from London and the artillery from Midlands over to Picardy. I asked Knights Templar if he wanted to have his submarines shoot at my ships here during their non-combat movement, and he said no. That would not be part of his overall plan. There's that. And let's see. Did I lose? No, I did not lose anything to the attrition attack earlier, I don't think. So there's that, and we're also going to move the 2 fighters from the Midlands over here to Picardy to support the BEF artillery, possibly with some observation. Take that off there. Okay, that's it for there. Right down here, our seaplane that's sitting here in southern France is going to go 1, 2, 3 and land there at Gibraltar. Shift just slightly. This submarine that's in A44 is going to go in here to M2. Here, the transport and destroyer over here in A54 are going 1, 2 spaces over here to I3. There's that. Up here, we're going to move 1 colonial infantry from Western Egypt over to Eastern Egypt. There's that. Over here, our transport here in I6 is going to bridge the artillery from Maharashtra and 1 infantry from southern Persia over here to Kuwait. Okay, there's that. Here in India, we're going to move that infantry from New Delhi to Maharashtra. We're going to move this we're going to rail this infantry from Benares to Maharashtra. Or Bombay. Okay, over here in Australia, we are going to move, oh, sorry, Outback. We're going to move this colonial infantry from Sydney to New South Wales. We're going to move this destroyer from P72 to P70. We are going to move this destroyer from P71. He does have a major port. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces up there to P52. We're going to take this submarine from P72 and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces because there is a connection there to to P62. The destroyer could have gone that way as well and only made it in 3 hops. I think that's it for non-combat. I'm just looking around here, make sure I didn't forget something. Nope, I believe that's it for non-combat. Okay, so now we place units. While we're right here, an artillery is built at the Minor Factory in Sydney. Over here, we are putting a colonial infantry in New Delhi and one in Benares. There's that. Down here, we are putting a colonial infantry in Rhodesia. We are doing the colonial upgrade in Eastern Belgian Congo, and we're putting colonial infantry back into Eastern Belgian Congo to replace it. There is rail going from Cape Town up here into Eastern Belgian Congo to make the supply path to allow the upgrade. Now I think we're going up top. Okay, we're building transport here at the major shipyard in the Midlands. So it goes out there in the English Channel. And then 2 infantry go into London. All right, I'll do a quick disposition of forces and then I'll finish the turnip. Okay, so in A6, I've got 2 coastal submarines. In London, I've got a cavalry, 4 infantry, and a seaplane. In the English Channel, I've got 2 transports, 3 destroyers, and a cruiser. The card there in A23 is now 4 dreadnoughts, 2 pre-dreadnoughts, a cruiser, and 2 destroyers. In Picardy, I have 4 infantry, 2 artillery, and 2 fighters. That Irish infantry just does not like to stand up for some reason. Okay. A35, I've got a destroyer on escort. A44, I've got a pre-dreadnought on escort. A46, I've got a cruiser on escort. M2, I've got a submarine and a coastal submarine. Western Egypt, 1 colonial infantry. Eastern Egypt, 2 colonials and an infantry. Eastern Belgian Congo, 2 colonials and an infantry. I-3, I've got a transport and a cruiser. Kuwait, I've got a colonial, a cavalry, 2 infantry, and an artillery. Bombay, I've got 2 infantry and a colonial. Southern Persia, 1 infantry. New Delhi, 1 colonial. Benares, 1 colonial. P-50, 2 destroyers and a cruiser. P-52, a destroyer. P-62, a sub. P-70, a transport and a destroyer. New South Wales, 1 colonial. Sydney, 1 artillery. I think that's everything I changed. Okay, so now we need to do our wartime economy roll. We got 8 on to 36, plus we're collecting 1 from Najed now. So that's 37 plus 8 makes 45. This stuff out of the way. £45 sterling in the exchequer. There we go, or in the bank to be used by the Secretary of State for the exchequer. All right, is there anything else? Wartime economy, did the disposition, got the money. Was there anything else? I don't think so. I'm just looking around real quick to make sure. I believe that is it. Okay. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.